Man. What a wild game. So I don't know if I want to give my final thoughts yet, because I don't know if we're done yet. I know there's like post-game, but... Well, first of all, what happens if I load? I just load into... Yeah. Load into the final fight. So, there's not necessarily post-game, technically, but there's, you know, side stuff to do. Well, I was kind of trying to decide, like, do I want to do side quests? I already did a little bit of the Dark Dungeon. I didn't really like it. And if the point of the side quest is to just get stuff for the final boss, then it's not really anything I care about. All right, let me start with this question. You guys can go ahead and answer this. Is there a fight in the game that's harder than the final boss? Is there a quote-unquote super boss? Potentially? Bulk. Dude, Bulk was by far the hardest fight. It's not even close. Okay, let me ask this question. Is one of these fights that's potentially harder than the final boss at the bottom of that dark dungeon? Yes? Okay, maybe I should do the dark dungeon then. It's just so boring. Like, it's so... Walking around trying to find the tile is just like the worst thing ever. I kind of hate it. I don't really want to do it. I feel like we're near the end though, because I already went down 3 floors. Let me see. And I can't even get back over there without getting into like 19 fights. Let me see here. Oh, God. There's like 10 floors? What's that sound? Alright, I found a list of exits. Maybe I'll just use this to speed things along, but I won't read what the fights are. I'll just use the exit. There's 5 different exits for each one, so it's still gonna be a task, but I think that would be fun. Just PS1 sounds. But yeah, I think this dungeon is worth doing. We already did part of it, and I'd like to do at least a little bit of post game, because this game kind of is a great post game style game where you can just keep. You could even just keep recruiting new members and then running around the map and leveling them up. You know what I mean? Because all the random battles scale to you, right? So you could just start a new team and just run around doing fights and it would be fun, you know? Like, what a cool kind of build your own post game this kind of is. It's very cool. But yeah, I think we'll at least try Deep Dungeon. Why not? That could be a fun post-game thing to do. Let me run to the bathroom real quick, though. Then we'll do it. All right. So, here's the plan. We're going to do the Deep Dungeon because we already started it, and it seems like it has some cool stuff at the bottom. We're going to keep spoilers out for now until I'm done with that. Then we'll see what else we might want to do, and then we'll open it up to spoilers. Sound good? What is my party like? Because we just went back in time. Too bad I can't get that sword for Gus. It's looking like we're pretty much good. Is this? This was after I bought all my shields, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's see how far I can get. Okay, okay. Not bad. I want you to explain nothing yet. We're not done yet. I have heard whispers on YouTube about how good Calculator is, though. I think I'm too far gone at this point, but if I ever play the game again, maybe I'll try Calculator. Does sound really interesting. Why is that bomb extra red? Is it just because the other ones are copies, so they're brighter? Yes. That's kind of weird. So, when you have like a character, and then you have a character that's a copy of that character, it becomes brighter, so you can tell the difference. But then if there's more than two, they just give up, and they're like, alright, they're just all the same. Alright, well, that was all we could do. Just make one slightly brighter. We're out of options. If you want to talk about like story stuff, though, feel free. Since we're done with the story now. Be interested to hear what you guys think about the story. What do you guys think about the story in general? Like, do you like it? Do you think it's too complicated? Do you like the fact that it's complicated? Islu did nothing wrong. Best story in the franchise. See, now normally I don't like political stories. Or maybe even like, not that I don't like them, but just that it's hard for me to follow them sometimes. I usually need like 2 or 3 plays of it. Then there's also the fact that, yeah, I would have been playing this when I was like 12, and I definitely would have been completely lost. But I think that the best thing about a story like this, if they're gonna get really complicated and political and have like a million different characters all doing things at the same time, the best way to do it is to give some kind of like more basic story that complements it. So, you know, yeah, I saw the post, but I didn't read it because I was getting up. You can repost it. You know, give us something that like we can hold on to if we're younger and not ready to, you know, delve that deep. So the fact that like you have the underlying story of just Ramza trying to save Alma, I think helps it. If you're a kid playing this, you can kind of pick up on little things here and there, but then at least at the end you have this like, oh, we gotta save Alma, so you're at least somewhat connected, you know? So I think that's good. You know, it's always better if you have at least one more simple strand that people can hold on to. And not necessarily like just kids, but like, you know, if you're not really grasping the whole story the first time through, you don't just give up on it. You know, you can have something simpler to pay attention to the first time through and then try to learn some more of the advanced stuff the second time through, you know. It's always better that way. If everything is just super complicated and you end up getting nothing out of it, then you're probably not even going to play it again. You're going to be like, well, I didn't get that at all, you know? So. The theme, at least for me, is the duality between Ramza and Delita. They started at the same point with the same objective, but Delita sacrificed his soul for the world, eventually becoming what he wants to destroy. Ramza never wavered in his principles, which made the world reject him. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, the main theme of the game is the Bale family, and, like, Delita as an extension of that. It's not necessarily the world state, although that obviously plays into it, but that doesn't seem to even be the main final thing you're supposed to take away, you know? The final thing you're supposed to take away feels like consequences for your actions and, you know, doing what you think is right. Doing what you think is right in the way that you think is right. And it shows that through Ramza and Delita, that like there was a right way to approach it and a wrong way to approach it. And Ramza is such a cool character because he really is the pinnacle of like sticking to your beliefs. Never once does he ever waver in his beliefs. And like it seems like every story fight, there's a conversation between Ramza and the enemy is always like, this is how it is, and this is how it's always gonna be, and you're such a fool. And Ramza never questions. He's always like, no, you're wrong. I'm doing what's right, you know? Which is cool. And it's like, it's so fulfilling to see Ramza get the happy ending. You know, I think it really would have hurt the game a lot if Ramza didn't get the happy ending. Which it could have easily done, because this is that type of game where it's like, you know, I had a sneaking suspicion that the ending might not be happy. Because a lot of the themes in this game are like, things are the way they are and you can't change things, and it's very brutal and realistic. So I kind of had a feeling that the ending might be the same way, where, you know, something bad would happen and it would be like, that's the way the world is, but at least he tried, or, you know, have some kind of like, bittersweet ending. I mean, it is a bittersweet ending, but at least for Ramza, But yeah, it's so great to see Ramza get the happy ending, because we follow him through the whole game where everyone else has different opinions and he always sticks to his guns, so I think they did that really well. Yeah, we just beat the game. I mean, Ramza is alive, right? Is there a hefty amount of people who think Ramza's dead? Because I was thinking he was dead at first, but then once the final cutscene played out, it was like, oh, okay, he's alive. I'm not sure why you would think he was dead after that final cutscene. What makes you think he's dead? Like, when he walks by, at first I was like, oh, maybe he's just envisioning that. But then the final cutscene has them running around on the chocobos, and it says no one saw him since, but he's around, and it seems like Delita thinks that he's alive. Like, I mean, it just seems like he's alive. Like, unless that entire final cutscene was like a fever dream. But it definitely seems like the game was saying he's alive. I guess you could just go with the whole, like, idea of no one could possibly survive that final explosion. And also, no one else seemed to have lived from that explosion except Alma. So I guess that makes it, like, if you just want to say, like, no one could have ever survived that. And, like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, God. Malboro crew. Also, can we talk about the final line from the final boss? What was that about? Why was she just like, more power, and then died? Was the idea like, was she saying like more power and then that's what made the explosion? Like she tried to get even more power and just exploded? Because to me, it was like really bizarre that she didn't have a final like I was expecting more of like a, if I can't get the power, then none of you will, or like, I'll take you down with me, or some kind of like epic, but instead she was like, more power, and then exploded. It's kind of weird. I wonder what the, translation, the War of the Lions translation of that is. I mean, how else could you translate it other than more power? I don't know. What was that thing's name? Asjarabus? Just have to play it to find out. Boot her up. See ya. I need to kill that summoner, which, by the way, the summoner's name is Peppermint. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. I love her. She's mine now. I kind of want Arnold to talk to her and get her on our side. It's like the cutest name ever. Okay, so the War of the Lions translation is, had I but more power. That's completely different. Isn't that crazy how it can be so different? Final Fantasy VII's the same way, where like there's some lines that are really like completely different in the translation. Having that extra line like totally changes the meaning of it. It's like a big pit in the middle. Yeah, I think it seems to be way worse in this game, though, than the other Final Fantasies. The other Final Fantasies, there's things here and there, you know. Whereas in this game, it's like brutal. Seems like every line is botched. Unfortunately. I wish I could one-shot with that. Solo Ramza challenge. Wait, the Malboro just licked Peppermint? This is canon? She's kind of asking for it with that name. Anyone like some chicken? Mmm, tasty. How do I get across this? Whoa, is that actually gonna hit? Nice. Okay, so let me see here. This is Valkyrie's. So the exits are 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 6, 0, 10, 7. That sounds kind of awful. They don't even sound next to each other. How do I... How do I see what a square is? How do I see what a square is? Do I have to count? Would that be 2, 2? I don't know, I'm gonna wait till I at least get some vision. We started here, but I would imagine it would be like top left-hand corner. If it's a normal XY grid, well, actually, false. It would be here. If it was a standard XY grid, it would start here, so this would be 2, 2. And that makes sense, because it's back, you know, the exit's probably behind them, so... Orlando about to bring the business. Alright, I stopped the middle one. I could probably just leave him alive. Man, these things have some health. Kind of expected a throw to finish them off. Ah. I need to put Gus back in monk mode so I can get rid of death sentence. Or wait, can he get rid of it? I don't think anything can get rid of death sentence, right? I'm thinking a don't move. Dude, everything's 20 levels above me. Everything in this game is always 20 levels above me. Pouch. Can those birds turn into crystals? Please? How did Shady die? I totally missed that. Oh, never mind. That's not Shady. That's Peppermint. Just leave the stopped one alive. Crap, I can't get down there. Oh my god. I can't get past this Alvaro. Asuna. Don't turn into a treasure chest, you doofus. Okay. Letting a Marlboro run around isn't going to be annoying at all. No, they all turned into chests? What's wrong with this game? Alright, let's see here. So this would be 2-2. Right here. Nope. Then we got 3-4 and 4-1. Oh my god, they all turned into chests. So, what did I say? 3, 4. So here. Hope I'm doing this right. It's hard to tell what's X and what's Y. Because, I mean, we can turn all the way around, so... But I would imagine this would be X. So what was the other one? 4-1? I mean, it's checking out so far because every number that I've come up with has been a valid spot, so... Okay. So 4160 is another one. There's 41. Okay. So I'm doing it right. Finally, I get a crystal. Alright. That was relatively painless. Relatively painless. I thought we were near the end because there wasn't too much room left in that list, but it slides down, so there's plenty left. I believe it said 9 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. But at least the last floor, I don't have to find an exit. Alright, Mlapan. I see a time mage. And a plant. And more plants. Oh, hate to see that. Oof. Orlando too strong. Yeah, I don't want to give like my final thoughts on the game yet. I'll wait till we're completely done. But I can say I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed every aspect of it too. I think that it has some growing pains, kind of like all old RPGs do. But you know, if I had played this when I was a kid, I would have... Well, I don't know, because I don't know how much I would have liked the slower gameplay, but... I don't know, though. I played a game called Monster Seeds. I don't know if anyone's ever even heard of that game. But Monster Seeds is like a tactical RPG, like Pokemon hybrid. You like... You don't really catch them. You hatch Pokemon, and then you use them in tactical battles. So imagine this, but instead of hiring people, you train monsters. And it had very slow, methodical gameplay like this, but I remember liking it a lot. So. I feel like I'm stuck here until those enemies despawn, because they're taking up the only spot I can move. No, I have not played Tactics Ogre. Yeah, it was PS1. Monster Seeds was. So yeah, I think I would have loved this as a kid. I think the story definitely would have gone completely over my head, but so did many games back then. But I would have loved it. The graphics, the animations, the music, alone is enough to really carry it. It's one of those games I would have loved it for everything but the story growing up, and then I probably would have played it again in like college and then really enjoyed the story, you know? We're just chilling. A lot of PS1 RPGs are like that. We played them as kids and just enjoyed the fighting, and then we go back because nostalgia later. We're like, oh wow, this story is like amazing. Can I actually, oof. I don't think I'm gonna hit them all, but... What if I just killed them all on accident? This might be a whoops. What a stupid arena this is. No one can get to anyone. Did I just kill them all on accident? Holy cow. Today you have felt the wrath of Shady. They're like, oh crap, what do we do? Wait, I have enough for another flare? Oh my god. It's crazy. No, I didn't mean to pick unit. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is... I feel bad. I feel bad for these guys. They didn't deserve this. They did not deserve this treatment. Oh, you can go around that way? Why are they just standing there then? Wow, this is... Oh my god! That damage! Because they're weak against fire, I suppose. Oh my god. See you later. Anyway, this was like one of the most brutal battles I've ever seen for them. Like, how are they ever gonna beat me? I have like the perfect position. They were never gonna reach me in time. Shady, you just chill up there and think about what you've done. This thing has no movement. Okay, are there any exits near here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 6, 0, 6, 4. So 6, 4 is like the furthest one away. They're all like in this corner. Trees aren't known for their movement. Listen, it's not a tree, it's a tree spirit or something. Okay, it's a tree. So what? It's a skinny tree. I feel like we have no movement at all. Select. River of Clean. That's the river. That just shows the tile. Just walk over all these charring tree bodies. Oh, you were asking about the tile. Yeah. I think that's why we can't get anywhere, because of this whole area is a river. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2 would be here. I still think it should show you a little hint as to where the exit is if you brighten up the area. Just seems so weird that it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Say 3, 4. Oh God, that's an exit? Wait. Yeah, that would be an exit. Better not be up. It better not be up there. At least I kept Shady back there. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. No, 2. Dang it. Are we serious, guys? Okay. 6-0 or 6-4? Okay. Alright, that was easy. We're deep. I want to put move find on someone because I'm guessing there's stuff to find down here, but every time I put it on, I find nothing. I never find anything. I'm giving you guys some movement. You can have it. You can have it, I guess. If I'm giving you move find item, then you need movement boots. So you're going to be even slower. Alright, we'll see. Oh, I have like no spots here. No, please refrain from spoiling yet. We will have a time to open up everything when I'm done. But if you want to talk about the story, go ahead. We got goblins, demons, and then a group of girls. I think I maybe could have hit the spot next to him. Oh god, they're all archers? This is kind of scary. Except I have auto potion, so it's not scary. Oh, his name's Sacred, that's cool. Well, not name, but his type. I think you should introduce Bahamut. Have you met my Bahamut? Yeah, the more I do this dungeon, the more I feel like it's a waste of time. Like, the fights aren't even interesting, they're just a bunch of random monsters. I like the fact that they're random, like you can run into anything, but none of it's putting up any amount of challenge. Like, I feel like this could have been a cool, like, the further you go, the harder it gets. Maybe you run into, like, old bosses and stuff. But instead, it's just kind of a waste till you get to the bottom. Like, it's just kind of chores until you get to the bottom, you know? Exactly. That was the last... the last level was the bunny hill for babies. We were literally on the bunny hill. Yeah, we got some interesting fights on the random encounters. These are all, like, kind of just lame. comes the barrage. That's true. I mean, I am really strong, but it's just, you know, they're not even, like, interesting. They're just some goblins and some archers. I said, they could have done, like, some really interesting battles, like the ones with the million monks or million chocobos, or could have had, like, old bosses down here or something. Could have been, like, a boss rush. Every level's an old boss. See Fire, thanks for the support. And the whole finding the exit thing is definitely lame. Have you guys seen my Bahamut? I'm a little afraid they're just gonna walk past this, but we'll try it. I mean, some of them are charging, so... For the most part, that was the case, but... like, the bulk fight wasn't that simple. And the monster bosses, most of them had so much movement that you couldn't necessarily burst them. But, yeah, like, 50% of the final fights were burst the one guy, win. Which maybe that was just because of my party? I don't know if everyone else did the same thing, but... my party was definitely perfect at bursting one enemy, so... just worked in my favor, I suppose. But, as much as I had a good time bursting one enemy to win a lot of the fights, the final boss, definitely, you had to have some amount of sustain to beat the final boss, because she was super tanky and could teleport all around the map. So you couldn't just rest on that strat forever, you know? And then, like, the bulk fight also completely ruined that strategy. Like, there was no way to do it. But for a while, I got away with it. That is nuts that I could do that through the wall. I think I got one enemy with this. I feel like I'm gonna crash the game every time I... oh, nice. Every time I cast Bahamut. Decorned. I think I'll just chill here with this guy. Everyone else can look for the exit. How's it going, Brian? I found the exit? Yo! Total accident. Also, that's very close to the start. Like, I still had this whole area to explore, but... we got lucky. Luck was finally on our side. You know what's also pretty nuts? I didn't really think about it till now, but if we had beaten Bulk on our first attempt, which we came close that one time, before we went and did more grinding. Did I just hit Shady? What am I doing? Don't mind me. We would have probably beaten the game. Like, I think we would have been able to win. I think we would have been able to beat the final boss with what we had. So that's interesting. Imagine if that had happened. We would have been done like 2 weeks ago. Because then we went back and did grinding, and then it ended up failing, and we had to do it again. But if we would have somehow pulled out the Bulk fight, we probably would have won. We were that close, but Bulk had other ideas. Yeah, I am too. So I probably wouldn't have even bothered with this dungeon, because I was only like one floor down before. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.